All right, we're just going to dive on real quick and just do some basic tips with ringless voicemails. Just to start off, never sound too professional or salesy. I know it sounds odd because as realtors, we want to sound as professional as we can on the phone. But when it comes to ringless voicemails, like I said, be genuine, be personal. You don't want to sound like a salesperson right off the bat because those people, they won't even listen to the rest of it. They'll automatically delete it because they will assume it's a sales pitch. The biggest failure with a lot of people, whether it's real estate or not, is doing a sales pitch and sounding like they're an infomercial. Like I said, you want to make it sound genuine, personal, as if you're reaching out to that specific person. And like I said, just try to be as personal as you can and make it approachable so that they will be willing to give you a call back. Definitely don't write a script. A lot of people, when we come to recording or recording video, we worry too much about how to say it and we want to say it perfectly. When you're doing a ringless voicemail, it's okay to say, have a pause, almost make it sound like you're thinking what to say next, because it actually sounds like you're leaving a real voicemail. We're never perfect. Like, think about it. You're never really perfect when you ever leave a voicemail for anyone that you're calling, even if it's your own family or friends. So, it's okay to write bullet points down just so you can, like, okay, I need to remember to say this topic, say this, and say this, but never a full on script. Literally, another great way to be able to do it and make it sound personal is that, no, it sounds a little silly, but maybe record it from your car so that you can hear a little bit of that muffled driving in the background, or maybe kind of like in an office environment. As long as it's not the noise, outside noise is overcrowding so they can't hear it, but just to kind of make it sound like you're out and about and that you're working, not you're not in a perfect recording studio. And of course, when you do a ringless voicemail blast, make sure you have a quality list. Make sure you scrub that list with your whatever your state's do not call list. If you are in Florida or Michigan and you're watching this, I'm sorry, you're just not able to do this just because of the strict regulations of the do not call list out there. But if pick the right ringless voicemail software, which we'll show you in another video of how it will automatically scrub the numbers to your state's do not call list, so that you're not dropping a ringless voicemail to someone who's asked before to never be contacted through phone calls. And just make sure it's good quality data too, so that your message kind of aligns with that person or homeowner. If you're doing like an open house, just make sure you're kind of inviting them to open house, letting people aware of your new listing. If you're pulling lists, like we've talked about in the data module about absentee owners or any type of distress situation, just make sure the message is tailored a little bit more genuine, non-salesy, and a little bit specific to that person. And be confident when you speak, and make sure you don't mumble. Definitely listen to it after you record it so you make sure it sounds good. I would recommend doing actually a few tries. The first, every time you keep doing it, you get better and better and better at it. A lot of mobile devices too. Why you want to be clear is, especially with iPhones, I don't know about Droids, but with iPhones, if you speak clear enough, it will actually transcribe the message for you. A lot of people, if they're busy or if they're in a meeting and they see they got a voicemail, well, they obviously are not going to listen to it right then and there, but they can still open it and their phone will transcribe the message for you so you'll be able to read it. So that's why it's good to make sure that you speak clearly, enunciates the words correctly. And also another tip, never, never, never use your own personal phone number. Never do that. And you really want to you can use if you don't want to get a tracking software, even though they're cheap, it's good to just buy a Google. You can get a Google voice number for free if you're a business. Don't use a 1-800 number. That will definitely scare people away and they'll never call you back or even listen to the voicemail. It's good to use a local area phone number, but never use your personal phone number, just because you want to have multiple phone numbers for your different campaigns, especially if you are doing ringless voicemail, and you want to set up a specific, let's say a voicemail within the call flow of that tracking number, so if it's in that area. And of course, set up a specific voicemail and be able to create a call flow for a lot of people who call back. The whole reason why you do ringless voicemails is so you can go about your day and not worry about taking in calls or doing any outbound calls. So you want to create a way so when people do start calling back, even though you can't take the call right then and there, you have a nice voicemail set up. So whether or not they want to be taken off the your calling list, they can easily be filtered and tagged that way. or if they want to call back about a home or a property or to get in touch with you, they can leave a voicemail. And we'll go over that in the call tracking module. It's very easy, but you want to be able to give people the option to be able to either be taken off your calling list or to have a conversation with you and be able to filter that so you know exactly who to call back or who to actually deal with. But again, with a personal number, a few other reasons why is, well, one, you're going to come across grumpy people. You're going to come across people who are not happy that you call them out of the blue or that they don't you. That's just part of the game. That's just part of sales. It's not just in real estate, but it's in a lot of other industries as well too. People don't like it if they knock on their door. They don't like it that they get a letter from you constantly. You're going to come across people like that. And of course, you don't want them to have your personal phone number. It does happen, very small percentage, but you never know. And so it's just good to give them a phone number that is not your personal phone number. So that is it for this one. The next module will kind of go a little bit more into some sales scripts, or not sales scripts, but just a little bit more about scripts and some etiquette.